quick tactical teardown on the match against Arsenal for Manchester United. Look, we played. It's the 3-4-3, sir. But United were building up in the 3-2-3. We actually had Dogu hanging out wide up top with Mount and Embumo coming in with Delo. So we actually built up in a 4-2-2, a 3-2-2-3. And what was interesting about this is actually Shaw, Bruno, and Mason Mount were able to drag the ball wide to the left-hand side during build-up, which we would then switch to Embumo. So Delo would kind of drop deep, and Embumo would find the right wing spot because we're like, hey, he's going to be playing 10. How are we going to get him out on the right wing? Bam, we switched it. Bruno Fernandes had the highest X assist, and Embumo had the highest X threat and the XG for Manchester United, which came from this right-hand side. But unfortunately, we were not able to find Kuna at the back post. That pass from Embumo or a shot or the final product wasn't there for Manchester United. But it's encouraging to see how we're able to isolate different areas of the pitch. And then looking at Kuna, he would actually drop deep in this pocket of space in the same area that we were getting Embumo involved, and then he would run in behind. So I think the reason why he opted for Mount was the versatility in basically playing second fiddle to Kuna and Embumo and getting them on the ball. And I think that's why we didn't go with Cesko, because he's going to be the focal point of attack, and it's going to completely change how Manchester United play, where today we were effective getting Kuna on the ball on the left side of the midfield, having him make those runs, and then Embumo got to run on the opposite side of the pitch. But for me, the most exciting thing to see was Ahmad and Embumo, because Ahmad had 100% successful take-ons.
Unbelievable.
And he just needs to cut it back to Embumo for him to finish, and we're going to figure it out. So I think the highlight here is Amorim's idea is very clear. I think we have the talent up front to be able to penetrate and make these attacks. The attacking strategy is working. The build-up play worked against Arsenal's press. And so we're going to see Manchester United get much more effective in the final third. And that makes sense because when you add all these new ingredients to the stew, sir, you gotta give it some time to cook. You got to give it some time to cook.
You do, because these are attacking players that are going to need time because we have a brand new front three. You know, obviously we didn't start Cesko in this game, but he will be the starter with Kuna and Embumo behind him, and you could see what they're trying to do. You missed his height in that first half because we were creating so many good chances, but we are not a big squad in that front when you have Mason Mount, Kuna, and Embumo with the average height of 5'9" or 10. So Cesko, his 6-foot size, his mobility, his fucking, the 4 feet jump lift that he can get off the ground, he's going to be a real threat. So the more time they have to gel, the better they're going to get. So very, very encouraging. But like I said, Embumo and Kuna were unbelievable today. Didn't get their goal, but they were so threatening, carrying the ball with intent, cutting through that midfield. It was encouraging. It was very, very exciting to see. I wanted to start bearing some fucking goals because we got to score goals.
And the manager has a plan, and that plan was working because I was wondering how he's going to be able to play to both players' strengths. And we saw the game plan do exactly that, as well as getting Bruno to be able to spray the ball with him and Casemiro and actually switch it to these just absolute lethal players.